just like, where are like the real women? Like, where's the girl? Like, like girls just aren't the way they used to be. They're not like how girls were in like the 1800s and like early 1900s, where it's like a real woman. Like, she grows up, she really wants to get married, she really wants to have kids. Like, she, her favorite thing, like, she loves to cook, she loves to clean. Like, she wants to get married and have kids so much, she like dreams about.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Omaomi, aka Petite Diva, and this video was inspired by two videos of some men talking about the kind of woman that they desire.
Okay, so I really want to make this video, and it's honestly super controversial. I think like a lot of men have had this same thought, but they don't want to talk about it because it's like, oh, if I talk about that, like every girl I know or the woman I'm with is going to get upset, or I'm never going to be able to date a girl again or whatever. But for me, I'm just like, okay, this is so true. Like, I have to talk about it, which is just like, and I've kind of made videos about this before, but I'm like 27, I go to church, and I've started looking for a spouse. And it's just like, you go in society today, and like the girls that I've met are just like, they're not like real women. Like, they're not, I meet so many girls where it's just like, oh yeah, I'm going to go to the gym, make myself super attractive, and I'm only going to date him if he's like good looking and wealthy. Like, I live in Tampa, Florida, and there's just like this normalized culture here of just like gold diggers, or just like a woman doing that, where it's just, again, it's like they're literally just dating guys for, they're thinking, oh, he just cares about sex, I'm just going to care about his looks and if he's wealthy or not, and we're just going to agree on this. Like, that's what's going on. And I'm just like, where are like the real women? Like, where's the girl? Like, like girls just aren't the way they used to be. They're not like how girls were in like the 1800s and like early 1900s, where it's like a real woman. Like, she grows up, she really wants to get married, she really wants to have kids. Like, she, her favorite thing, like, she loves to cook, she loves to clean. Like, she wants to get married and have kids so much, she like dreams about it. Like, girls, I feel like girls aren't allowed to be like that in today's world. Instead, it's like, I feel like society like forces them to be these like workers. And it's just like, no, I honestly think like men really want like a good woman. Like, stop going to the bars, stop getting drunk, like start, like, take care of yourself and like be a good woman, because that's honestly what I'm really interested in.
So being like recently single, I've realized quickly that I need some help with a few things. I need help with my laundry and clean my room. I need somebody who can help me not spend my money on like stupid shit, and just somebody to give me some attention. Any takers? Anybody at all?
No, jam clove. No, I don't want my mother. Yeah, no. I just, like I said, I just want to help with some of those things because those are not the things I really like doing. But like say we lived together, like if you needed help picking up like a box or something or carrying it upstairs because it was heavy, like I would do that. Does that mean you need your dad? You need to move back in with your dad? Did you hear what you said?
Before, but I'm like 27, I go to church, and I've started looking for a spouse. I'm like 27, I go to church, and I've started looking for a spouse.
That's great. What's the problem?
The girls that I've met are just like
what?
they're not like real women.
There it is.
Girls just aren't the way they used to be. They're not like how girls were in like the 1800s and like early 1900s.
Yet another man reminiscing about the good old days. The good old days for who? The good old days where women had no choice but to be with a man because she couldn't own her own home, have a bank account, have her own money, get a job. The good old days for who? You. And that's why you're mad, because women are decentering men, and men like you don't know how to be anything besides a checkbook. And some of you aren't even that.
She grows up, she really wants to get married, she really wants to have kids. Like, she loves to cook, she loves to clean. Like, she wants to get married and have kids so much, she like dreams about it. Like,
Some of these men that try to pass themselves off as traditional men only want access to your free labor, and they don't want you to say anything about it. They want you to be seen and not heard. That's why so many of them hate the idea of equality or women making their own money, because they want to be able to use money over you. They want money to be the reason why you stay. Why not let love be the reason why I stay? Why not work on yourself as a person, to be a good listener, to not weaponize your incompetence, to be emotionally intelligent? Why not work on those areas? They refuse to do the work, and then they wonder why they're single. Some of these same men claiming they want traditional women can't even afford to be a traditional man. You want her to cook and clean and take care of the kids and do everything at home, but you also need her half of the income for y'all to be able to pay the bills. Traditional women don't work. You're asking for something that you can't even afford. If she has to split the bills with you, then you're going to have to split some of them chores with her.
I'm like 27, I go to church, and I've started looking for a spouse.
What does like 27 mean?
The girls that I've met are just like...
Does it mean like 46 and divorced?
They're not like real women.
Real women, not woman. Come on, at your age, you should know better.
Girls just aren't the way they used to be. They're not like how girls were in like the 1800s and like early 1900s.
I beg all your pardon, sir, but are you saying that you would like a woman from the 1800s to early 1900s? I hate to break it to you, but unless you're Doc Brown, that's not going to happen.
She grows up. She really wants to get married. She really wants to have kids.
Do you by any chance have elderly parents?
Like she loves to cook. She loves to clean. Like...
Ah, yes. I mean, what woman doesn't love to cook and clean? Even in the 1800s. Sat there dreaming about cooking and cleaning. What are your hobbies? Oh, I just adore cooking and cleaning. Also, I can't vote and I can't buy property. Sold.
Now, the first guy was talking about how there are no real women in today's society, how women nowadays get pretty and attractive to attract rich men, and how women are now like gold diggers, and he's wondering why there are no real women now like the women of the 1800s and the 1900s, and that he feels that women of nowadays are no longer dreaming of getting married, of having kids, that the society has forced them to be workers, and that he wants a real woman. Now, the second guy was talking about the fact that he needs someone to help him with chores, help him with his finances, and yada, yada, yada. Now, both men had thousands of comments on their page. The first guy, his video went viral. It has almost 1 million views and over 20,000 comments, and the second guy has about 70,000 views and about 2,000 comments, and people were leaving comments of all types, dragging both men. Now, some people actually thought that the first guy, the guy who said he's looking for a real woman, and he was referencing women in the 1800s and the 1900s. Some people thought the video was satire or rage bait, but if you check his page, you would know that it was not satire, it was not rage bait. That's what he actually thinks. And personally, the first guy, I feel like is not serious, is out of it. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's looking for traditional women, but he's not a traditional guy. He doesn't have the traditional kind of money, like somebody said. Now, that person said that a lot of guys will be looking for traditional wives and how they will do the traditional roles of women and the rest, but they are not traditional men. Neither do they have traditional wife money or traditional men money. Now, you are saying you want them to be like the women of the 1900s and the 1800s, but you are not being like the men of the 1800s and the 1900s that were doing all the things. They were bringing in the food, the money, everything, the house, they were building it, they were taking care of the animals, they were doing everything to provide food, shelter and clothing for their family. You want to sit down in your house and be thinking that the woman will go out, work and everything and come back and be a traditional wife. How? And you're not going to bring out the money. You're not going to bring out everything that the woman needs to be a traditional wife. I don't get it. Personally, this is my own opinion. I feel like based on what he said, I'm not sure, but based on what he said, it feels to me like the women he wants to date or marry are the women that he says are gold diggers. So the women that are attractive that he likes are not looking at his side. They are not checking him out. And he's kind of jealous that they are with the men that are richer than him. So I feel that his finances are not there and he is feeling a particular kind of way. That's why he feels like he needs to pull them down and call them all kinds of names. If he wants people that are going to be traditional, there are a lot of women that want to be traditional, but he doesn't have the finances for them to be traditional. Neither is he attracted to those women. So the women that he wants don't want him, and he feels like they just want money. Meanwhile, those women might not be with the men that he sees that have money for their money. I feel like it is hard for him to comprehend because he is jealous of those guys that are getting the ladies, and he feels the need to belittle the women that are going out with the rich guys that he has a problem with. Now, the other guy that was saying that he needs someone to help him with house chores and his finances and help him not to spend on what he's not supposed to spend. He clarified in the comment section and in other videos that it's not like he cannot do all those things, that he knows how to do all those things. He has the basic life skills, but he just needs someone to help because sometimes it might get overwhelming. Because a lot of people dragged him and say, you need someone like your mom. You don't need a girlfriend that will be doing that. You should just say you need your mom or you need a girl like your mom. And he was like, no, he doesn't. That people are not understanding, that he just says he needs help, but he can do those things. He even put up a video of him washing the dishes and the rest. But I don't know, it might be true that he just says he needs help, and if he needs help, he doesn't need a girlfriend to help him. If he truly needs help with the house chores and everything that he's talking about, he can hire a maid. It doesn't need a girlfriend to come and be doing it for free. He should hire a maid. Now, for him, he says he has the basic life skills, but there are some men that actually don't know how to do anything, and they get girlfriends just to do those things. So they are always having a girlfriend that will do those things. And if the woman refuses to do all the house chores and everything that they expect a woman to do, they begin to say that, don't you know that that's your role as a woman? What's your purpose as a woman if you cannot do that, if you cannot nurture, if you cannot take care of the house, if you don't know how to cook, if you don't know how to do what is expected of a woman?
A woman who doesn't understand what her role is not fit to be a wife. Your role is not to challenge your husband. Right. Your role is not to compete with your husband. Right. Your role is not to be an agitator or a nuisance to your husband because he's doing things you don't like. Your role as a wife is to be a homemaker and a spiritual provisioner. The better you are at your job, the better he is at his job. And his job is to provide, to be a leader, and to protect the trajectory of the relationship.
Okay, let me say this really quick, you guys.
That makes sense.
This is something I want to talk about really seriously. So I see a lot of people talk about this, right? And this is what I want to address. We are in a different time now. Back in the day, women could not work at all. So they had to marry a man so they can survive. Yeah, I think they had it right. They
Whoever's
should have kept
idea
it like
was,
this.
yeah.
But anyways, they had to marry a man or whatever the case is just to survive at that point. And so they had traditional roles, which was, I'm not at work all day, so I'm at home, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm taking care of the children, I'm making sure your lunch is packed, I'm making sure you're good, and I'm here to serve you.
Any which way, I don't know what you guys think about this whole topic. What do you think about the first guy that was talking about him looking for a real woman to marry, and the other guy is saying that he needs help with the house chores, he needs somebody to help him with his finances? I would love to hear your thoughts about the issue of some men just getting a spouse or getting a partner just to take care of them while they just do the bare minimum. So please leave your comment in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe. And don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.